Hello everyone, I am Calioth Gaming and welcome to another video. This one is actually a little bit special, so of course I want to do something like Jimmy Broadbent does in 2019 at the end of his that year when he did like a looking back at 2019 kind of a video. But of course this is looking back at 2020. So if you like my channel and if you like sim racing stuff, especially iRacing, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and yeah, hit the notifications bell as well. So of course 2020 has been a difficult year for many of us, basically most of us, and for me at the start of this year, like January, and then school suspension of course, so I capitalized the time because of school suspension, and I've just put basically around 70% into sim racing, so I've really trained up to myself this year. So today we're gonna look back at the top 5 moments this year, and I'm gonna talk about sim racing only. I'm not gonna talk about any personal stuff, so let's get going. So first up, it is the 24 Hours of Daytona. Of course this is at the start of the year, so this is around January, and this is my first 24-hour race that I've completed. Note that I haven't completed the 24-hour Nurburgring because, well, partly because of me. Well, not really. It's just a system bug that disqualified us. So, yeah. So, 24-hour Daytona. That's that's the first race that I've completed, and that is the first race that my team, Calioth Racing, has done of the 24 hours. So we started out like December 2019 to start preparing for this race, and then we trained a lot, of course, during weekdays or weekends. Weekends for me, because I don't have access to my sim rig here back then, like on weekdays. So I can only access my sim rig on weekends, so I just really just trained during the weekends, and I would say it's not like crazy, but it's definitely a lot, and we'll get onto that later. That you'll understand why I say that's not a lot. And then to race, yeah, it's well, first of all, it's just a little bit of a technical issue at the start. Of course, Daytona, and then like the iRacing just like kind of just went hell, and then like a lot of people can't join, so that's happened to us as well. I think I got in and some of my teammates did not, so I have decent pace that race, but I drove like after the car have crashed, so it didn't really show. But I can tell you that I've definitely improved from 24 Hours of Daytona to now, which is like my fastest lap in 24 Hours of Daytona in a GTE, remember, is a 1:45.1, and right now I've started to practice 24 Hours Daytona again because, well, January's like next month, and it's 24 Hours Daytona is coming again, so I'm gonna go for a GT3 if you're gonna know later. So I've already practiced a little bit, not a lot, and I was only half a second slower in a GT3 than a GTE last year, so you can see the improvements that I've made, but I'll talk about that later on. It's not now. So although like that race we didn't like really got like a good result, we finished 20th, but there is potential that we can finish top 10. Our pace is good enough for top 10 back then, and yeah, it's just a lot of unfortunate incidents, and yeah, I think that race I'm still being carried a little bit, and yeah, so that race, that's one of my top 5 moments, is because, yeah, I can finish the race, first of all, that's first. And then we had decent pace, and I feel like if we can have a little bit luck and we take more time into practice, definitely we can succeed. So next up, number 2. Of course, this is just chronological order, it's not ranking or any sort of stuff. So next one, it is the iRacing SR GT4 Championship. So this one I've taken part in season 2. Back then I was fully like season 2 because the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 has just come out in iRacing, so I bought that car and then I just dedicated myself into that car and that series, which is the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. And so first few rounds, it hasn't started yet, the SRA GT4 Championship, and then I've just been getting trying to get the hang of it. Of course, back then my skills, like the foundation of my sim racing is not like perfect, or not like now it still isn't perfect, but back then it was just, I would say it was poor. So from then, and I just continuously trying to adapt to the car, trying to suit the car, trying to just get better at it. And then I saw round 1 of the SRA GT4. Actually, I missed round 1. So yeah, I've seen it from Apex Racing TV, because they're using Apex Racing TV to broadcast the series. So I've seen it, and I thought, well, I think I can compete in it, and I think I can do pretty decently. So I signed up for it next week, after round 1. So I signed up for it, and the next round I forgot which track. It's after Sonoma's first round, but I forgot the next one. So first off, I wasn't really good at quali. I can see that, but I was getting decent results. I was getting 4th and 5th first 2 rounds, and that really boosted my confidence, because I wouldn't think that, although I would do decently, I wouldn't think I can get into top 5 really. So after that, the next 2 rounds was a bit of a write-off, because for Suzuka I got punted off. Silverstone, I killed myself basically. Yeah, I just bottled it basically. And then after that, it's another race I forgot already. And then till like Road Atlanta, like I think the race before Road Atlanta, because Road Atlanta is like the last few races. I think before Road Atlanta, my pace started to come back. Well, not really started to come back, but the results are starting to show again. So I'm again getting 4th, and then this time quali was actually better. So after this, like the second half of the series, I was consistently getting 2nd in quali. It's just, again, unfortunate incidents. And then still now is a problem is my bad starts, because I can't start in 2nd. I get a better start in 3rd, but I can't get a good start in 2nd. Because I don't have, well, I do have triple monitors, but for iRacing I only have this in front of me. But this monitor to your right is Streamlabs, and this is, I don't know, for YouTube. So I only use one screen for iRacing, so it's hard to till now it's still very hard to start in 2nd. So that's part of the reason. And then I want to especially talk about the last round of that series. So last round is in Interlagos. Again, I qualified 2nd, and I was not really far off. I was like probably a 10th off, I think. So race start, rolling start, and then turn 1 I got center S, I got punted off. I was last place, and I desperately need to come back because I'm fighting for 3rd in Silver Division. So I just blisters past, and to be honest, that is still to this day one of my best races, I would say, in terms of the race pace, the overtakes. It's just so good, to be honest. And yeah, and after that, so I keep overtaking people, I keep climbing, and then at the end I was 6th, and that's not too bad from like last place, which is like 30th or something. I forgot, to be honest. But yeah, I was 6th at the end. I was not even that far off 5th. I was 500ths of a second off fifth, because we're side by side into to the lines. Basically, Hamilton and Gasly, Brazil 2019, where I'm being the Hamilton guy, which getting out dragged. Well, not really out dragged, because I went side by side after the last corner. So yeah, so that is this series overall is a very good series that really helps me build my foundations of sim racing skills, and yeah, to really develop my skills, and then to see myself improving. That's really good as well. And yeah, overall this is the second moment that I would say this is top 5 this year. So next up, it's the 24-hour Nurburgring. So this one, if you haven't followed my channel, or if you haven't subscribed to my channel, like in 2019, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So in 2019, my first 24-hour race is 24-hour Nurburgring, and I was being hard carried. I was so slow, and yeah, as I've mentioned in the 24-hour Daytona part, I partially made my team disqualified because, well, I binned it. So there's a meatball flag. If you don't know what meatball flags in Irating means, just a black flag and then there's an orange circle in the middle, and that we call it meatball. So that means you have mechanical damage, you have to pit to repair. So we come into the pits and we repaired it, but it didn't go away. We drove 3 more laps and we got disqualified. So yeah, that's a bit sad from that. And then came to 2020. From being hard carried, I was just carrying my team. Of course, I'm not actually racing with Calioth Racing that time. I was racing with the guys that I raced with in 2019. So yeah, from being hard carried to carrying my teammate, because I was at least 5 to 7 seconds faster than the second fastest driver in the team, and I was faster than 10 to 20 seconds to like the other teammates. So I was just hard carrying, and yeah, I did pretty well, to be honest. But as a team, we crashed a lot during the race, and yeah, like I crashed twice in the same lap, because, well, the first one really killed my pace, really killed my steering, I think. So yeah, we crashed twice, or I crashed twice, but my other teammates just crashed a lot, like every crash every hour, so I can't do much. And yeah, so although, yeah, again, the results aren't that great. We're P12 in class, so it's not great. And yeah, I still remember that race. We crashed with Jimmy Broadbent's car, Doug Henson Racing Red. And yeah, so overall, although that race isn't like crazy good in terms of result, but it really shows how I improved from 2019 to 2020. And yeah, I from being hard carry to really carrying the team I would say it's astonishing, and I would not have thought at the start of 2020. So yeah, that is the third moment of the top 5 this year. So the fourth one. So if you haven't followed my Instagram, you probably would not know. So the fourth one, it is there is a local sim racing competition called Challenger Cup Asian Racing Championship, and it's still ongoing. So it's still going on to 2021. So, and yeah, so I haven't, like, before that I haven't took part any local sim racing competition before. I just grind on iRacing, compete with other drivers from worldwide, from all around the world, and yeah, I haven't done any local ones. So that is my first local one. And then in a time trial, surprisingly, like to my surprise, I just smashed it. Because I'm, well, obviously I'm young still, so I am in the teenagers division, so I'm fastest, of course, and then I'm fastest by like 8/10 to the second fastest teenager. And if I'm not even in the teenager division, I would be in the top 10 in adults. So that, again, that really surprises me. And in addition, like, that is not even in iRacing. That's in Raceroom, a platform that's I rarely touch because the physics is very different. And you know, I want to focus on one sim, and like Raceroom, I won't say it's bad, but the physics are different, and it's hard to adapt for me as well, because you know, I haven't had a lot of sim racing experience, and it's hard to adapt. So to me, it surprises me definitely. And in the race that selects the top 20 from 32 drivers from like the time trial, so that race I just smashed it. So I was like 14 seconds faster than the second place driver, which is crazy in a 10-minute race. Don't forget, in a 10-minute race. Yeah, I just smashed it. And yeah, that is my fourth moment of like the top 5 this year. And I do hope that I win it in 2021. Of course, it hasn't happened yet in the finals. It hasn't happened. So, well, I'm still leading. So I know. Let's see. I think I'll make a video about it when I finish the finals, of course. So, last but not least, it is the Irating. 3,000 Irating. 3K Irating. So, if you don't know, at the start of this year, I set myself a target of achieving 3,000 iRating by the end of this year. So I was back then to 1,700. So now, so my iRating has steadily increasing. But when season 4 came, it's just gone downhill. I have taken part in a series that I should not have. I really should not have, which is the IMSA sports car. And the LMP2 drive. Oh, yes, I am driving in the LMP2, but others driving the LMP2 are just being way too aggressive. And yeah, I just keep getting punted. Like, yes, I'm not too good at that car, but I won't like brake check anyone. I won't brake at like places that I shouldn't brake. Like, I shouldn't brake. I won't brake like too early. So yeah, I just keep getting punted off, and a lot of mistakes by myself as well. And that Dallara, I shouldn't really drive that Dallara P217, but yeah, so that season has been a write-off for me. So I, from 2,900, nearly got to 3,000 iRating. I dropped down to 2,500, and that was a devastating moment for me, and I doubted myself quite a lot. So I took a break. You probably will know by like the rarity of me uploading any video. I took a long break, like 2 months. And so now when 2021 season 1 came, I got back into iRacing. I took part in the Formula Sprint series and the VRS GT Sprint series. Of course, if you don't know, these are official series that really will increase your iRating. So when okay, so my pace definitely surprises me, because, well, first week at Spa, well, not talking about the Formula Sprint first, because Formula Sprint first 2 weeks not really there on pace, but the VRS GT Sprint series, I was really there on pace. I won week 2, but I'll talk that later. But first of all, let's talk about Spa week 1. I was really there on pace. I can fight with the 5K guys, which is astonishing, mesmerizing. And yeah, I increased to, I would say, 2,800 and something, probably. So now, and then week 2 came, and that race that took me to 3K was indeed very special. Why? Well, because that race, I won from pole. Yeah, I won from pole. Second, it is my favorite track, Nurburgring combined. And third, it is on Christmas. Well, it is on Christmas because it's after midnight, so it is on Christmas. And these 3 things made it very special. And yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. And to get to 3K, I really, although I set the target like at the start of this year, to be honest, I have not really thought about like making this objective really. And making this objective now, it's I have nowhere to say. I definitely can see the progression, the improvement that I have made through this year, throughout this year, and it's been awesome. It's been awesome. Now, talk about now, I'm 3.3 already. So from on Christmas 25th to now 29th, I've gained another 350 Irating, which is just mind-blowing. And let's see what I can do in next year, 2021. So I've actually already set my target to 4.5k. And I really think that I can achieve it. Just, I need that little bit spice, a little bit spice. Don't crack under pressure, better starts, a little bit better pace. I think 4.5k is not really a problem for me. And let's see what leagues I can take part in. And yeah, so that is the final awesome moment of this year. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know 2020 for a lot of people has been a horrid time. For me, it is the worst year. I would say the worst year I've had, because you know I'm young. There isn't any like poor year that I've experienced. This is probably the worst year that I've had. And yeah, so final words to for this video. Everyone, just stay positive, be optimistic, and you have to be optimistic really in these difficult times. And be careful, don't go out too much. And yeah, I'll probably see you in the next video, which is the last video of 2020, which is the Formula Sprint. I've already recorded it, so I know why. And yeah, so before this video ends, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and share to your mates. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, and I'll probably see you in 2021. Bye bye.